We are live, session 28, Embers of the Phoenix. Do you guys remember what happened last time? Do you do a recap, or do you guys?
Yeah, we killed all the demons that were on top of this hill. That's what happened last time.
I think you actually killed 0 demons thus far.
We haven't seen the demon.
Well, these three things are demons.
Or 3 demons, yeah.
Varrox, I think, are demons. Let me double check.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought they were just friendly birds.
They are... Yeah, they are demons.
Steven, do you want me to do it, or do you want
to? So you can go through the details. I remember some of it, but...
So we started out with Zoo waking up in the mines with a whole bunch of goblins and orcs there that were trying to find refuge from being conscripted. So I had, I forgot who it was, one of the halflings go and get food for everybody there for the day. And we learned that the Crown was trying to get Ronald to make stuff for the war, and he was trying to kind of refuse as much as he could, but doing it indirectly. Then there was I wrote great looking dwarf. Is that accurate? I mean, I know it was Gabby anyway, but who came to Ronald's shop saying that he was referred by Nellis and Billos and did a spell.
He was disguised as a gnome, but yes.
Oh, great looking gnome then.
Yes.
So Gabby updated Ronald on what's been happening with our party, and she decides that Ron is going to burn his shop down, and Gabby's going to put a dwarven body there to make it look like he died, because he doesn't want the shop to benefit the queen anyway, so he disguises himself and looks totally weird now, because he's like bald everywhere on his head, I guess, except his eyebrows. And he says he comes to the mine and says he's willing to help save Waz, but first teases me about following a Delikian goblin, and asks for some volunteers of the goblins and orcs to kind of explore some issues in the mines. We get buffed up, and then we head out there. Zoo did some scoping. And we saw Waz on a cross with the fire below her being tormented by the amber skeletons. So after the main demon, I forget what he was called. I can find in my notes, but
an asthma demon.
Asthma?
I think that's how you pronounce it. Steve probably knows better than I do.
It's close enough, I think.
I'll put it in chat. I don't know.
I have it written down. AESHMA.
Asthma? Asthma? I don't know.
So we wait until the demon itself leaves, and we try and stealthily approach, and Ronald tries to negotiate with the rocks, trying to correct...
Doesn't try, successfully negotiates with the rocks.
Excuse me, sir. I did not ask for audience participation.
Well, you got it.
Damn.
He tries to negotiate with the rocks.
And succeeds.
Do you have a mute button, Jen?
I do, actually, I think.
Saying that he's trying to fix the bad deal that was doing, and we learned that the demon plans to be back in a few hours to kill Waz. So Ronald successfully makes a deal with them. Yeah. There you go, darling.
Thank you.
That if we kill the demon, that we can kind of earn Waz back. And they'll want to keep something of the demons, but they basically say it'll be of no interest to us. So first we just have to fight the skeletons.
They actually allude to the idea that if we know what it is, it will make things worse that we know what it is, which infers it is likely incredibly, incredibly, incredibly powerful. And we are basically just choosing which terrible creature is going to have control over it, but weaker hands for now are probably better if we can get awareness ahead of time.
So we kill all of the skeletons and rescue Waz. She heals up big. And the Varrox go to get the demon. I get True Strike in my sipping jacket and 16 temporary HP from Greater False Life. And Big, I think, is healed up.
Yeah, I don't think they've gone to get the demon yet, because I think there's a few things happening quickly at the end of the session. So let's go to that point where you guys are discussing what to do.
Yeah. Can we get the map brought back up?
Yes. The rocks land around you guys as you guys gather up, do your healing. And the one you dealt with is kind of looking at you, Ronald, and says, "What now? Do I go get him? Are you guys ready?"
Wrong voice. Well, first we prep. That tent over there. Is there anything in there that you're going to stop us from going in? Is there any reason that you'd stop us from having the two of them hide inside there?
Nothing of value's in there to us.
Right. Well, the two of you could hide out in there, or maybe Ozra and you could stay in here. But best if we can get what good a drop we can on it, so it doesn't quite know the threat that it's dealing with.
Yeah, Waz is clutching her sides. I mean, you guys have magical healing, so you can stitch over the wounds.
Waz can actually heal herself.
Also, I'm down by 11.
Okay,
if that matters at all.
Waz can take care of that. She'll give you this to drink.
Waz will also let you know that there is likely healing potions in the tent, if you don't want to expend your resources, as they were using it to torture her. So she's aware that they at least had some. Maybe there's more. But she lets you know. At this
point, though, Waz is basically not functional against this thing. Waz is all fire, and if I remember right, this thing is basically either immune or has DR to fire.
I think it has resistance to all elements, or most elements by 10.
Yeah, so she can do targeted bomb admixture, which she would plan to do, but otherwise all she's going to be able to do is throw bombs at the thing. It's basically going to be every round throw a bomb.
Yeah, she can let you know, if you guys care, the summary of the questions that she was being forced to answer. Do you guys care about this, or?
Yeah. I think this would definitely be something that Ronald would care a lot about.
So yeah, she lets you know that initially she thought that these were perhaps agents of the Queen, or this was involved in some manner, but they seem unrelated. This creature, along with these ones, appear to be doing something. They didn't really, when they realized that. So initially, they were questioning her as, like, how'd you figure out what we're doing here? Like, why are you here? And when they found out she didn't really know what was going on here, they kind of became more vague in their questions, trying to just gain general knowledge out of her. So initially, the demon was really concerned as to why you guys were here and thought that you found out what he was doing. But other than that, she hasn't gleaned any other knowledge from the questions she was asked.
What's he doing?
You asking the Vrox?
Yeah.
We told you! Gathering rare items from a very...
To do what?
We want to be not asking a lot of questions at the moment. That was part of our arrangement. They said we don't need to know except for what we need to know. Let's keep the deal.
Okay.
More you know puts you in danger. Best you not know.
For now, I think our best plan is to get ourselves positioned well. I think if we can, might be a good idea to get some distance between, just in case. Let's try to get, can we get Zoo up onto this, like, hill up here? Is there flat space up here to stand on? It looks like it from the image, but...
Yeah, we can imagine that there is extra... I mean, I can even...
I don't necessarily need more map. I just
Sure.
want to make sure that Zoo is like elevated up in such a way that it would have to take extra effort to go after Zoo.
Yeah. This thing
I know it's going to remove
is...
point blank potentially, but I'd rather have Zoo be in a position where if Zoo needs to, she can run.
So you know this thing can fly, just a reminder. So if it really wanted to, it could fly to her. But
Sure,
Zoo...
but if it's going to fly regardless.
Exactly, yeah. So just because I'm just double checking the size of this thing, I believe it is large. It is large. And it has 10-foot reach. So yeah, this cliff, we can say she can find a spot that's like 20 foot, 25 feet elevated. So it can't just reach her, it'd have to fly to her to get her, if you want.
Yeah, and theoretically, we can use a bit of plausible deniability to say theoretically, she can hide and Osrin can be hidden. So it can just be like me and the wolf there. We can dispatch the wolf on when combat happens and have Osrin come up behind it and start attacking from behind.
Mm-hmm.
What about Zoo?
Zoo will be able to attack from the cliff.
Okay, so that's where she will be.
Yeah. That way we're also keeping it ourselves pretty well separated from all of its abilities.
And you remember the main game plan is to get that silver nail in it and all that?
Yep, use the True Strike, hope we don't botch, and that should put the pin in it. And then it should not be unable to teleport away while we try to take it down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using the True Strike to try and do this stabby with it. What do I use on my character sheet? What will I actually click? So I just have my...
It would basically just be a melee attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not proficient, so it's -4. So that's on...
Should be on your combat tab. You have a melee button.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, and you said it's +/4?
-4 because you're not proficient. So you'll just roll it and we'll subtract 4 from it.
And then we'll add 20, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, as far as remaining spells I would want to have prepped, I think I've got everything in place. I just want him to get here as soon as we can get him here.
Because you have unarmed strike, I would allow you to reduce the -4 if you sheath your weapon when you're making this attack. So if you put the nail like in between your knuckles and you just kind of like punch him with it. But that's just an option. You don't have to do that if you don't want to.
We'll take advantage of that if we miss on the first hit. So,
okay,
I think it's the better way to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because you're gonna have +20. I mean, in theory, this thing's not like got 3 million hit points.
Its AC is 25 that you know about.
Yeah.
So
the 20 should be an automatic hit unless you botch.
Yeah, so 5%. Yeah, okay, I didn't even realize that. So yeah, you just literally have a 5% miss chance.
Yep. So yeah, the plan is that the first round I'm gonna cast do we still need does this thing have a thing we needed the silence for, or was it just the birds?
It does have a blasphemy. I think you guys are worried about. It could potentially stun you.
It's the thing that can basically take us out. And that is sound affected.
Yeah, it is sonic typed.
Yep.
And it's 40 feet around it. Unless any of you are evil. Any non-evil creatures will suffer the effects.
Said that, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't affect Waz, so...
Oh, there you go.
Waz could actually be standing some way back as well. Or Waz could actually just be standing here in the moment. So my plans are... The only problem is I don't know how long it's going to take them to bring this thing here. Because I have a line weapon, but I need to use it quickly, because as soon as I cast it, we've only got 8 minutes
Do you say this out loud to them?
Yeah.
You still have that status spell?
I don't have. I can't cast any more of it. I used it. It's still active on my friends.
Let me think. They can at will greater teleport. You have a way I hide someone? I could bring someone with me, and when we're ready to come back, they could hurt themselves to let you know. Or something. I don't know what triggers your status. What other things could we do? I think telekinesis wouldn't work at the range.
That'd be, yeah.
I guess that other than us bringing someone and you alerting with your status, I don't know any other ways to give you a precise time. Ideally, once I go get them and say, well, what exactly am I saying? Depending on the urgency, he probably will come back immediately. It's all unknown, though. If he's in the middle of retrieving what he was getting, I know he said he was close.
Can we rough you up? Can we rough you up a bit?
For what?
To make it look like you came to get him because you got overrun.
They would just fly. It would be easy for them to not get hurt by us.
Yes, but I'm sure he wouldn't want to lose his campsite and everything he has here. Is there some value still left in the camp?
I'm
Or
not
would
sure
he just
what
abandon
he's.
it?
I'm not sure what he's left in the tent there, but I can't imagine it's that valuable. He's carrying all his values with him, I think.
So he'd just abandon the site.
Right, we don't want it to make it seem insurmountable that he doesn't want to come back here.
Open to ideas. I can't. Nothing is coming to mind at the moment, but I'm also trying to check for an ability I have.
How long is it until we expect he would likely come back if we didn't do anything?
If we wait
Like
a
a
few
couple
hours, yes.
Long enough that the most important buffs I have going will be gone.
I'm just curious.
We can.
And the demon's damage resistance, it means that I would have to give him more than 10 damage for any of the damage to count. Like anything
Correct.
beyond 10 is what would count, right?
That's correct.
Unless you can align your weapon to
That's
good.
why it's important that I be able to cast this aligned weapon that I have.
So he will. Yeah, once he casts that, you can overcome it.
Yeah, the question is whether I would do it on the bow or on your blade.
Which does more damage.
Well, the bow can do more damage overall because the bow can deal more small increments. I think they're roughly the same, though. If I'm not mistaken, your average damage output is about 25, and so is Michelle's. The difference is that, like, without getting above 10, none of Michelle's deal any damage. You can still deal damage even...
Yeah, I feel like it
I
might make
hit
more
all
sense
of
for the
them.
bow.
Yeah, but if you that means that you're going to deal, like, for you, Michelle, that's basically 50% or less damage. Either way.
We can guarantee he will come back. We will tell them that you do in fact have knowledge of what he seeks, and you've come to free your friend, and we came after you dispatched the skeletons and are freeing your friend, and he'll most likely be in a rush to come back.
I would say yes. Tell him you have a cleric of Arfin who's come to make a deal for the goblin. The information that he's looking for in exchange for the goblin's freedom.
So you don't want me to tell him you dispatched the skeletons?
Well, you can tell him that we had inadvertently provoked the skeletons, and we dispatched the skeletons before everything could be cleared up. Just a bit of a miscommunication.
Okay. We can do that.
In some ways, maybe there's even value in this guy if I were a less honorable person. Simply tell him the queen knows exactly where it is. But I'm sure he already knows that. I don't like the idea of
What?
nothing.
Before I leave, I can also give someone heroism.
What? That's random.
It's on my spell-like abilities, apparently. I guess
Who would
we,
benefit most from that?
I guess we all could actually do it, so 3.
Oh no, that's 10 minutes per level. Okay. Yeah.
Which 3 of you want it?
Let's do the wolf, the Ozrin or Big Ozrin and probably Zoo.
Alrighty. Just dragging that buff to Big. And you said Zoo. We'll drag that buff to you as well. And you guys can just turn it on because it's 10 minutes per level. Long enough that it's not going to matter about duration for this fight. Hopefully.
Right. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There you go.
Thanks.
And you can, yeah, you all can just turn that on now.
Is my shield other still active?
Yes.
Is Vicious Aim just something that I turn on?
Forgot what that is. Vicious
It's
aim.
automatic if I remember right. It's the thing that gives you. It should be. Oh, maybe it's not already on. Roll your attack in chat, please.
Okay.
Because it's plus half your favorite enemy bonus to non-favorite enemies. But I don't see a buff marker next to it. Oh no, yeah, I do. I see plus attack all, plus damage all.
Yeah, Vicious Aim is in there.
Yep.
Is it right?
Okay.
It's only +1?
I think so, because it's only been one favorite enemy bonus so far.
Oh, yeah, I don't know
Level
Let's check.
5 and every 5 levels thereafter.
Yeah, so next one is 10. Okay. So yep, that's correct.
In addition to each such interval, the bonus against any one favorite enemy increases by +2.
the... Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. Okay.
Wouldn't it have increased at 5th level?
5th level is the first level you get it, I thought, right? Or did you say at first level and every 5 levels after?
Wait.
At first level.
Oh, I was under favorite enemy. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, you select an additional favorite enemy. You should have selected one at 5th level, as well as one at 1st level. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, you have 7 levels of Divine Marksman, so yeah. I don't think it likely you would have chosen demons, though. It's not like we fought a bunch of them.
No.
But yeah, then you should have +2 to attack and damage at this point.
Favorite, or the vicious aim is half your whatever.
Right, it would go to +4, because it would be +2 against one, +4 against another.
Oh, I see.
Because you choose one new one,
and then your other one goes up
one by +2. Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, okay, your first. So who's your first favorite enemy?
Magical Beast.
Oh, have we been forgetting about that?
I don't know that it's come up.
Oh,
I don't remember the last time we actually fought a Magical Beast.
okay. Okay, so you have +4, and then yeah, I guess you have to pick a new favorite enemy, and then the vicious aim should be +2/+2. We can fix that quickly. There you go. +2/+2.
Oh, it's almost right. You definitely dragon, right?
I'm trying to think here. Those things we fought in the caves, were those also demons, John?
In the mines, or what are you talking about?
Yeah. Did we fight multiple demons in the mines?
I
don't remember if
I
those
don't
were all
remember
demons,
what
though.
you fought exactly. What do you remember, guys? What you fought?
There was the winged things, which I thought were...
Yeah, those were locusts, which I can't remember what they are. Locusts.
I think those are just outsiders.
Locusts are vermin.
They're part. It's so favorite enemy types are, for what you're looking at, they're considered outsiders.
Oh.
So if you go to outsider, you'll see like evil. So evil outsider would be demons, devils, etc. It's hard though here because outside of that, I don't know what else we would pick.
I think evil outsider is a good pick if you want to pick that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, to be clear, favorite enemy when you choose it is like this. You choose your second one, and then you choose one of your favorite enemies and increase it by 2. So it would be a better idea to make your favorite enemy against evil outsiders +4.
Okay. Then I will choose that one to go.
Yeah, this came up for Ryan in Conscripted, where when he was choosing, he had shifted the favorite enemy, which was a negative for him because it's why for one of them he had to retrain because his versatile weapon or his vicious damage thing wasn't as high as it could have been because it was across. He had +4s against 2 different creature types.
Okay, so you don't need this vicious aim buff, so I'm just going to make it a favored enemy buff, and then you'll just tick that on when you're fighting evil outsiders because it'll give you an extra +2/+2.
Okay.
Oh.
Which, I mean, you might as well just check it now because I think everything in this that you could be fighting is an evil outsider. Alright, yeah. Any other tactics, plans, traps you want to set before they go call this guy?
I guess as soon as they leave, I'm going to cast the align weapon on... I wanted to make sure of the arrows that we had gotten you. That was what I was checking. So we had gotten you... thought we got you some magic arrows.
I think we did. I know I didn't put them on the sheet because I couldn't find them. And so I wasn't sure how you wanted.
Well, shit, that's a problem, because If you don't remember, then we don't have notes about it, then I don't remember what the fuck we were buying. We spent a bunch of gold on them as well.
Whitney, do you happen to have notes about that? Because I do not remember. Or let me check and see if I...
We bought 19 Demon Bane arrows.
Okay.
Oh,
there we go.
Those are good.
Yeah.
So
but
yeah,
they were only
then,
+1 Demon Bane.
so they're considered
Right.
+2 higher than their...
Yeah, so they'd be 3. It won't overcome the Demon's DR, because the Demon's DR is too high. But it will add the bonus damage.
How should I put them on the sheet?
I can make them for you right now.
And then, yeah, that reinforces on top of it that I should definitely... Well, actually, that changes it, because if you're going to deal an extra d6 on top of each arrow...
And +4 from the...
What do they label your arrows as? Are they...
Ammunition, I think?
Category
Yeah.
ammunition. I don't think I can make ammunition. I can make equipment, magic item, etc. Consumable.
The best I've been able to do is you make it and then you give it the properties.
Yeah, I just don't know which template to weapon maybe. Or it's loot. Oh, there we go, loot.
Well, no, what I was doing, okay. What I would have done would have been to just make the ammunition as the ammunition.
Oh, I see. Just recategorize
Just
an ammunition.
pull a regular arrow over and then rename it into something else.
Good idea.
But yeah, so when you shoot it, it'll be +2 instead of just +1 for damage and an extra 2d6. So I think actually the aligned weapon should go to Osrin in this particular case. I think you've got enough bonus damage there that you'll be good for the fight. I think you'll go through those arrows pretty quick, but hopefully that'll be fine. Your first one you fire, though, no, it's got to deal damage. I keep wanting you to fire a fair... Well, no, because you cluster. So your, your lowest 2 attacks, or your lowest attack should probably be with a pheromone arrow. Because the idea is that we need it to plunk in, and if it does, then both Osrin and Big will get buffs for that. And then Osrin, when it arrives, you should turn on your... I think it's Wolf that gives you scent aspect, because you haven't used your aspects yet. Your animal focus is... Yeah, Wolf is the one that gives you scent.
Okay.
And sadly, remember, you cannot rage. You're out of rounds of rage.
That is a bummer.
Yep.
The rocks don't have a spell for that, huh?
No.
I can still fight defensively, though, right?
Yeah.
Would I want to do that with my first attack with the nail?
No, don't worry. Don't try to fight defensively with... Well, you can probably afford it, so yeah, go ahead. Fight defensively, even with the nail. The bonus is just too big for you not to.
I don't know if this works, but we can try it. Okay. Alright, Sue, I'm giving you Demon Bane arrows. I put changes in there to give you +3 to attack and damage and +2d6. I don't know if that works, so just give yourself more quantity and just try firing one and see if it works. If not, we'll just
So
add it
should
manually.
I just try one and then if it works, put it up to 19?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So not full attack then.
Yeah.
Oh, John, I want to keep that. John, you stole a crit from
Looks
us.
like it works. It adds you the Demon Bane to hit. Let's check the damage.
Damn.
Yep, it's working.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay, good.
Let's
Spicy.
reuse that roll.
That was a nice freaking roll, too. Jeez.
Man,
54 crit damage. Wow.
54 crit damage.
Bananas.
Spicy.
All right, then I think we're ready at this point.
Yeah.
Also, just one arrow out of one.
So, Osrin, what would be best is if I can distract him for long enough and you sneak out of the tent and try to get him with the thing. So you can try to hopefully get a surprise round on him. You have the stealth for it. I can keep him distracted while I talk to him.
I put myself in the tent.
You
I'll put
go in
myself,
the
like, down
tent.
here. Osrin can be up there hiding. We'll keep Waz on the stake. We'll make it look like Waz is still tied up.
You want to...
Wait, I thought you said I was going to be in the tent, then you just said I was going to be on somewhere else.
No, Waz is going to be... I meant Zoo. Sorry. Zoo will be on the cliff hiding. Waz will be in the on the stake.
Was Waz consenting to being tied up on the stake with the flame on it? Quite torturous.
Well, no, we can have put the fire out.
Okay, so you're gonna put it out, but still pretend.
But we'll lightly wrap the rope around her
Okay.
arms.
Be gentle.
And where's Big hanging out?
Big'll be by me.
Okay. And yeah, they ask you like where you want them to teleport, like right, like where do you want them to be, like right here?
Basically, like right in the center. So there's enough room for Osrin to try to sneak up.
Okay, and you don't want our help unless you call for it?
Yeah, I think I'd rather you not end up being any part of a bad deal. It's us making this deal to him. It's our deal to you to get it out of him. You've already made a deal with him. So let's not make things more complicated as far as deals go. Sounds like, though, you've got an unfair one as you're kind of working on it. We're working with him in a sort of less than legitimate capacity.
Exactly. Or rectifying this deal with this new deal.
Aye.
Osrin, you creep into the tent. You see it kind of reeks in here a little bit, but you see there's this small little table, and there's just checking your languages. There is some text in here that you cannot read. It looks like gibberish to you. Not gibberish. They look like almost like Chinese characters, or Mandarin, I guess is what it would look like a little bit. But they're more like hieroglyphic is the word, or what I'm saying a bit. Anyways, they're more like sharp lettering, and there's like 4 or 5 of these parchments on this table. There is a little shelf, a little bookshelf kind of thing. Like it's just like 2 shelves, and it's like a little wooden thing. And there are 4 potions on the shelf.
Can I tell what they are?
They all look similar. I mean, you've seen healing potions before. They're most likely healing potions. What strength, you don't know, but... there is a small cot here that clearly this thing was sleeping in. What else is in here? I think that's it.
So, I'm trying to figure out how... So, going the center, like the center of where it is now, so I could move in one round and just try and do it stealthily as my first action, right?
Theoretically.
Okay.
Let's just take a moment, take a breath, make sure you guys remembered everything. Anything you want to think about or ask questions about? Anything about a stat block?
Now I've reviewed it a couple of times now.
Okay.
How are
Got
we
shield
feeling?
other, my wolf aspect, defensive fighting, heroism. Oh, and I got to plug in my computer.
Ooh.
Won't be good.
That actually might be why it's acting so slow.
There's a low battery. Just
No,
rem-
running on battery in
It
general.
wasn't
lower
low
performance.
until now, yeah.
No, lower. Just running on battery lowers the performance of a machine.
So just a reminder on your stealth plan here, you can move up to half your normal speed while using stealth at no penalty, or you can move your full speed but take a -5 penalty. It is impossible to
Do
use
we know
stealth
how
while...
good his Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 1 second. So it's impossible to use stealth while attacking, running, or charging. So you're going to be, like, creeping up to him or whatever. You can't, like, stealthily charge, I guess is what it's saying.
Yeah, but he could take a round to come up to it, right? Take 6 seconds to slowly move up, and then go for the thing. Cause it's a standard
attacking
action
from
either
stealth.
way.
Yeah.
So-
Perception you were asking about, you know he has a +28 to perception.
Yeah, he's got a
Holy
decent
shit.
shot, but I'm going to be trying to distract him. So that's the hope, is that by distracting him, I can at least lower that a little bit.
That was a good perception.
Do you want me to wait at all before I start shooting, or just like as soon as?
Don't shoot until Osrin goes for the pin.
Okay.
And yeah, do we need to remember how this works? You need to make the successful attack to get it in them, and then what? Is it automatic a pinned? Is that what we said?
I thought that's what we'd agreed to.
I just
so
want to
we
make
have
sure.
hit him with it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that everyone is clear.
Hitting plus more than 25.
Yes.
So that's clear. He's being distracted by Ronald while Osrin sneaks up, pins the silver pin in him. Once that's done, Zoo is weapons free, and the fight kind of starts. Is that everyone on the same page? That's the plan?
I would be interested in having the rocks help us, but it seems like you're pretty committed to that not being the case.
I don't think the rocks are going to be that much help. I really do think that the rocks are going to be more of a problem. Additionally, out of character, I don't want to share XP with them.
I mean, it could be XP, less XP, and more. We have a life.
Well, this is why I said if things start to go south, we can call in the rocks. But I don't want, at the start, I want it to be us versus it.
Oh god.
It makes sense out of character for Ronald, because this would be them like breaking a visible deal. But if they have reason, it's reasonable enough that if the deal is broken because a party of adventurers kills him and they're not directly responsible for killing him, they haven't really broken a deal. They just haven't really capped all. It's gray enough that I feel like it's acceptable. Especially since they've been cheated on their end of the deal multiple times over. Their deal has already been broken in some ways.
So just to make sure we're all on the same page, this creature is going to be teleporting in around here, meaning the 3 characters in most danger when the fight breaks out is Big, Ronald, and Waz. Osrin is most likely to be okay with your high AC, but if it happens to strike at the other people, are we prepared for that eventuality?
I'm prepared for that.
Okay. So
I feel like, Michelle, if you were not expecting Big to be a hit point buffer, then you built your animal companion incorrectly.
That's so mean.
I mean, that's literally one of the biggest benefits to having an animal companion.
This is why I can never have an animal companion.
We actually need to change the zoning, though. We need to come forward a little ways, because I need to be within shield other range of Osrin.
What is your distance?
25 feet plus 5 feet per every 2 levels. So it would be plus 20 feet, so 45 feet. So right about here.
Okay.
Well, if Osrin's gonna sneak up to its back, do you need to be as close right
I
away?
have to be within that range at all times.
So technically it's broken, you're going to have to... No, I'm just joking. But yeah, you would want to be in range at all times to make sure you don't break it.
Yep.
And
that's the other danger here, is that I have to kind of stick close-ish to Osrin.
And so I'm just double-checking. The silence is easily done in case this first move is to blasphemy. Is that an issue, or...?
I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I can't really properly ready it without it being obvious, since I want to try to distract him.
Well, I noticed Waz has a marble of silence. I don't know
Oh,
what
that's
that
right.
is.
The crushable marble of silence. Yes. Osrin or Roz could be ready to crush that when it happens.
What
Okay.
is the radius on it?
20 feet from wherever it's crushed.
So she would need to be within 20 feet of him.
Yeah, and she will be.
Okay.
And outside of the 20 feet of me, from the looks of things. Yeah.
Wait, how does that work? So is it about the radius that it covers or the people who are in the radius, even if they move outside of that radius?
If they move outside of the radius, they are able to speak again. They're able to make noise.
So it's about the space it covers, not the people in
Correct.
the space.
Yeah, if that's
Gotcha.
the plan, just to give us a visual, I'll just do an aura around Waz of 20 feet. Just so we can
Cool.
make sure. And I don't know what color you want it to be. We'll just go something that stands out a bit, like a purpley pinky kind of thing. That is the radius.
I'm just
20
gonna
feet.
grab my meds before we start the combat.
Yeah. You got your Demon Bane arrows. Is that it? Is that everything? You guys ready to fight this thing?
No.
Whitney, when you walk away like that, we cannot hear you.
You can me, Steve.
You can me, Steve.
Can't you hear the real world?
What?
No? You hear me?
I
Kind
can't
of.
actually hear you from that distance. No, she means in real life.
Oh. This is real life.
In the, like, we live in the same apartment situation.
These can be removed. I gave you experience for those already. All right,
Locked
we
and
ready?
loaded.
You ready to tell these rocks to go get them?
Yep.
All right, and they will bring him back. Just maybe let's make a little thing where you want
Cast
him.
the align weapon on Osrin's sword once we get everybody in position and they're teleporting away.
So where do you want them?
That's something I need
like
to
here?
do.
Right, basically right.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So they will bring him back in that square.
Is there something I need to do to apply the align weapon?
Nope.
Yeah,
need
just
to
you might just have
remember
to.
combat.
Yeah, just remind me when I'm doing damage because I might forget or whatever. That you are bypassing his DR. All right. Varrock's teleport. And let's
Trying
just
to wait patiently begins.
let's just get into combat, so it's nice and smooth from your guys' point of view.
Meaning you want us to roll initiative?
In a second, I have to get you into combat. I just want to make sure everyone's, since this is a difficult encounter, make sure everyone's getting their turn, what they want to do. I will just make the Varrock's go on the same initiative.
Oof.
And you may roll initiative at this point, yes. Nice.
The best I could do.
And just to double check on the plan, is there any conversing happening, or that's just pure distraction?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk, but it's mostly gonna be for distraction.
Okay, so no matter what he says, the plan is a go. Stabbing him, combat starting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Whatever this thing, my thinking here is they've alluded clear enough that whatever this thing he's getting is powerful, and I would rather have it in the hands of a weaker foe than have it in the hands of something more powerful. And the gear that this thing has, we need anyway. So I think no matter what happens, this is the right plan.
Okay, and then all preemptive spells have already been cast at this point. The second they TP away, you've done the spells.
Yep. The second
Alright.
they TP away, I do the spells and then get back in a position.
All right, so you guys will find that one round of combat does expire before anything happens. Is there anything you do in that 6 seconds, or is everyone just waiting?
I'll give myself an enhanced diplomacy just in case.
Okay.
I will just wait.
And Zoo, you were able to take time to hide yourself. What's your take 20 stealth?
Insane.
Sure.
52. Okay. So it is on round 2 that this creature. It's actually going to be. Let me roll to see when exactly in the round he comes in here. Okay, so at Waz's, like right before Waz's initiative is when this demonic creature materializes with these Varoks. And I'll just roll them into initiative.
Well, you actually arrived here quick.
And is there a way I can reorder this? Oh, it's already in order. Okay, it already put them in order. Nice.
Yeah, it looked like it was sorting them when we rolled them. So.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, right before Waz's initiative, or at Waz's initiative, they kind of TP in, and you. What? Sorry. What did you say?
You actually got here quick. I was expecting you to, like, just not listen or pretend that we couldn't have any valuable information for you, and then you just, like... But you came.
It will look around, and as a free action on its turn, I'm assuming Waz... Or, I guess Waz has a turn. Does Waz do anything?
No, Waz doesn't do anything yet. The plan is to wait till Osrin does Osrin's thing.
It will roll a perception. As it comes in and looks around and what's going on.
Private die.
Yeah, definitely looks around. I
would be trying to be stealthy in the tent.
Yeah, unless you can see through things, you can't see you no matter what. So,
okay.
Yeah, the
Well, I don't know
Varoks...
if he'd be able to, like, hear me breathing.
No. So the first thing he hears and sees is Ronald with this big wolf, and he looks over. And I guess he also sees that the skeletons are destroyed and scattered about. And he looks around and he says in common, I believe. Does he have common? Oh, he should.
I would have addressed him in Draconic, actually, knowing that he speaks Draconic. And I feel like Draconic is a language that it has an excuse for speaking louder.
Yeah, he actually doesn't have common, but he does have Draconic.
Yep.
And, yeah, so Ronald has Draconic? Oh.
Ronald has Draconic.
He looks to you and he says, "You single-handedly with this wolf killed my minions? Who are you?"
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I didn't single-handedly kill it with this wolf. The rest of my party, though, is elsewhere at the moment. I figured it appropriate to discuss with you right here. Whatever it is that you're after, it seems important, and I believe we have details related to it that could be of use to you. But you, of course, captured a friend of ours, who, of course, made a bad deal because they think Dalek is such a wonderful and great person. At this point, Osrin should be starting his move.
Yeah, on their initiative they can. His turn is expended by that. Yeah, we're going through initiative. Big, I'm assuming, is chilling, looking all menacing. Woof woof. Ronald, anything specific on your turn? Any standard action?
Just the stuff that we discussed. Yep.
All right, Osrin, you're up. You can begin your creeping. You can make a stealth check. Very nice. And you're moving. You're moving up to. You're moving your normal speed, right?
Yes. Doing whatever means I don't have the minus.
That'd be half.
Half speed then.
Half speed.
So if you can normally move 30, you can move 15, but you can use your full round to move 30. You can take your move and a standard to move 30.
Oh,
takes
he's
15 to
only
get to it.
15 away. Yeah.
Mm.
Is that close enough? I can't really tell.
Yeah, that's good enough. But he will get another perception as you get creeping on behind him.
So with that move, can I also stab him or no?
No. Oh, wait. You just used your
'Cause it
move?
was only
Yeah.
15 feet.
Oh,
So you can stab him if you so wish.
yeah. So I'm gonna do. Let's see. It was combat. So this is a melee, and then it's what, like a plus 16 because of the minus. Wait, no,
So
you
it's
said
a
I
total,
didn't have a
it's
minus
a total
4.
of plus 16.
I guess
Because
the
minus the
minus
4.
you get a +4 for being invisible, technically, because he doesn't know you're there. And he's denied his dex, if he has any.
Okay, well, that's not the bot. That's not a botch, so...
Yeah, that will hit. And do you have this item that you can link in the thing, or can I just look at it?
I do have it. It is. Do I just click it?
Yeah, you should just be able to click the little dice icon to the left of it.
Yeah.
And you mouse over it.
Little dice.
If you mouse
Mm.
over next to the text, it'll show
Yeah.
I found it.
The silver nail is finely engraved with hundreds of tiny runes that flash faintly blue under the light of the moon. The nail can be used to trap evil outsiders and prevent their escape. You must take a full round action. We said whatever, and you touch against the creature. You've done this. When used against a da-da-da-da-da-da. The nail prevents the creature from moving into walls. The effect lasts for 1 minute, during when the nail remains inside the creature. Alright, so for 10 rounds, this thing is stuck here, and it is surprised as you stab into it. I guess give me a d4 damage roll, which its DR will absorb anyway, but... Ooh, max damage, though. It definitely feels this
Damage
nail...
is not taken, but yeah.
Definitely still feels the nail stab into it, because it does stab into his flesh, but it doesn't cause any pain or anything, and it roars in anger and readies for battle. Zoo. The trap has been
Alright,
set.
that's my cue.
Yep.
Alright, rapid shot, mini shot.
Yeah, you unfortunately will not have point blank, but you'll have all your other things.
Bing.
And let's get some combat
Pheromone.
music.
Pheromone on the second one, right? Not on your first one? Or whatever your lowest attack is.
Oh, okay.
Because it
Well,
needs to
these
deal
cards.
damage in order to pheromone.
I think based on the modifiers, that would be the third one.
Okay.
I'm reading it right.
I think so. I think you missed on the pheromone then. You got the 2 demon banes, but I think 21 will not hit, even though... Well, he is flat-footed, or he is unaware that you're there.
Mm-hmm. Why is my audio having issues?
Oh, I'm hearing it.
Yeah, I don't know why it does this, where like it's not playing for me.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I hear it also.
I don't know why that is the case. Let me just re-add it. I don't know why. Seems to want to do that. Seems to want to do that. Okay, we've re-added it. Let's see. There we go. Super.
Oh.
Sorry. I don't know why it defaults like
funny.
friggin' max volume.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I was playing around with mine, and I was like, oh, John wasn't kidding. This shit, like, pops off real loud.
Alright. Boss bar's up. The shots have been taken. Demon Bane. Oh, yeah, those are hits. Very nice.
Remember, it's taken unawares for that pheromone arrow one.
Yeah. And you're not overcoming the DR, but you do have cluster shot, right? So these are taken all together. So that's 22.
That pheromone arrow, though, is doing too much damage. So that pheromone arrow should be 11 less damage. because for some reason it's taking the Demon Bane into it.
Oh, because
still.
the changes are permanent.
Yeah, that'll be the only one that matters though. From here on out, it'll basically be the other ones.
Yeah, so it's Flatfoot AC. Oh, that is just enough to hit its Flatfoot AC. So that...
Handy.
And you said 11 less damage. That's 6 damage.
Yep.
6.
All clustered.
Plus 19.
So it is pheromone.
It is
It's
pheromone.
pheromone.
Okay.
And that was some solid damage.
It was.
It gets peppered with these arrows and grunts, and this huge chunk of HP is taken down in the first round of combat as it roars in anger. These Varroks will begin to ascend and say, "Don't worry, boss, we'll get him!" And they fly up 60 feet. And I'm just going to move them. They're near you guys, but they're not doing anything, so I'm just going to move them out of the way for now. They fly up in the air and doing their thing. Waz.
Yeah, Waz will shatter the Marble of Silence to create the silence where she stands. And then will jaunt boots 15 feet away. Or no, she was... she would have gotten all of her gear back, yeah. So she would have gone back to here. And that's as a move action, and it functions as if being... it does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay, I didn't realize you were going to move, so let me just take the aura off.
Oh yeah,
And
sorry.
then I'll create.
Can you put it on the fire? Is the fire?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can use the fire as a thing.
Yeah, as a tile entity to produce it from.
I don't know if I can give an aura to a thing. It's fine. I can just do this, and it's 20 feet. You said. So that is the silence.
Okay.
Excellent. Oh, this is a lot happening. So it's suddenly silenced. It knows that because it was roaring in anger. Now it can't hear itself. Its base perception will see Waz move away. It just got stabbed behind it. There's a dog in front of it. It's clearly being ambushed. Yeah, I think it's fighting the targets available to it. So 1 Ozrin, 2 Puppers. Sorry, Pupper.
No.
It's fine.
It takes its full round attack on the Pupper.
It will be fine.
I hope so.
Holy shit! Big is dead.
So the first one misses. Second one misses, but the third one somehow crits.
Oh shit! That Big
No.
actually lives through that.
It doesn't confirm, though. It doesn't confirm.
It doesn't confirm.
Yeah. So it just hits normally. It's just 28 damage.
Wow, that was really lucky. That was really fucking lucky.
Do you want to put that on?
I'll put the damage on. And there is some effects here. Which is bleed damage or thing, just takes effect on the beginning of your turn.
Yep.
Which is now. So let me just double check what their bleed is. I think it's probably a 1d6, but let's just double check. Oh, it's effect of the spear, sorry. Wounding property. I should have put this in there, but I didn't. Wounding weapon deals 1 point of bleed damage when it hits a creature. Okay, so just plus 1 more damage. It takes bleed damage at the start of their turns. Bleeding can stop by a 6 DC heal check. So is this just 1 bleed damage? Doesn't really say.
Unless it specifies otherwise.
Yeah, it doesn't specify otherwise. So... yeah, so you take 1 extra damage if you can apply that, and then at the beginning of your turn, take another 1 damage. And it is Big's turn.
Alright. Big is gonna come at this thing. How dare you stab me?
That hits. Unfortunately, it won't pierce the DR. But 28 is close, but that will not trip it, unfortunately.
Did the buff go on? Pheromone arrow calculate into it?
Oh, did you click the pheromone arrow?
No, it did not. So +2. There should be a buff on him for it.
I clicked it, but I wonder if it's because my HP on the sheet didn't update. I wonder.
So, okay, yeah. So close that sheet, and to open the sheet, can you double-click big? I think there's like a weird instancing thing going on. So yeah, I think you have to double-click the token on this page for the companion for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, so now it should be there. But anyway, what's the pheromone do again? You get
+2 attack and damage.
So +2 damage, yeah, 10.
Yep.
Still doesn't pass the DR, but...
Okay.
And that'll be does it go +2 on the trip as well?
It will give +2 on the trip, because it's
so
an
that's
attack.
30. Oh, but yeah, it's not even
Yeah,
close.
I think that's not enough, yeah.
Still not bad. You're giving flanking Osrin as well. Ronald.
Yeah, there's a non-zero chance we can trip it, though, so... Ronald is going to give a Blessing of Fervor. Unfortunately, I can't... Wait, oh, I have the distances all wrong, because it's... Wait, why does this look so big compared to what I measured out a minute ago? That doesn't seem right. It should be 30-foot diameter, because it's no two of which are more than 30 feet apart. Because really, I can only give it to the puppers and Osrin. I measured it out, and it's really, I mean, this is pushing it for 30 feet there, and it's super pushing it here for 30 feet. Like, I can go really corner to corner. So, and it doesn't matter because Waz doesn't really need the Blessing of Fervor, but if Osrin and Big have it, that's where it's going to be most beneficial.
Yeah, it says it's a 30-foot diameter.
Okay. That's weird, because that does not seem like a 30-foot diameter. That measures out as a 60-foot diameter.
Or it says 30 feet, or is it telling me the radius?
That's radius, yeah.
Oh.
But for Osrin, this is going to be best as an additional attack, as if you were hasted. So you'll get one more attack at your full base attack bonus.
Just for one round.
Yeah. For Big, it's probably best to use it as a +2 bonus on attack rolls and dodge bonus to AC. But you choose at the beginning of the round, so Big needs to survive.
Can you just try recasting it, just for my curiosity? See if I fixed it.
I'm gonna get rid of the old one then?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's more accurate. See, I can do it something like that.
Okay. Very nice.
And then I will move over to be behind the pupper.
Osrin.
Alright, so now I get...
First you choose your Blessing
attacks.
of Fervor.
I'm choosing an extra attack.
Yep, and then you...
So I can do a full attack plus a single attack?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you gotta check you forgot to check the pheromone arrow. So there are +2 to attack and +2 to damage.
The arrows? I don't have arrows.
No, the thing got hit by a pheromone arrow. So you get +2 to attack and damage. So check that one on too, but these first ones will be +2.
Okay.
And then you get one more, yep.
Jeez.
Those are all it, right?
Yep, and remember this ignores DR.
Yep. Ooh, this thing is severely injured. Zoo. This thing only got one round on you guys, I think.
Well, good, then I can't kill my dog. Well, Let's go, all Demon Bane, baby.
Oh!
Ooh.
In dirt.
Ooh.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Alright, let's do
That's
some
for trying to kill my
calculation.
dog.
Fuck you.
Alright, 19 plus the 14. Plus, okay, the other one will miss. The 23 will miss. That one will crit. Plus
Damn.
53. Minus its DR.
Yep, from only the first one. No, it's not dead.
Oh, so
Barely
close, though.
alive.
Oh,
As
there's
these
still a
arrows
chance here.
pepper
Let's
into
finish it off.
The Varoks above laugh and say something in Abyssal. I don't know if anyone speaks Abyssal.
Nope.
Not I.
He opens his mouth to return, but nothing comes out. Waz.
So Waz will activate her coat to do a targeted bomb admixture as a swift action.
Waz gonna steal the kill?
And gonna go for it, yeah.
Was? I mean, hey, anybody who can take it down.
Alright, this is against its touch,
Yep.
which
And
will...
all that damage is added together because of the admixture,
well,
including the
Does that-
splash.
does he have
So it's
bonus to
slash
hit?
Plus that. I rolled a fucking 14.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
off by 2 to hit its touch.
God damn it. I don't think I got anything here.
Don't have scent.
No, Waz does not have scent. Just making sure the target
You don't
doesn't
have-
give me any bonus.
Oh no, heroism was not on you.
No.
Shoot. Well,
Just short.
you did roll a 2, which isn't...
Yep.
Alright.
That's what happens.
This thing steps out of the zone of silence.
And
Yells.
probably tries to teleport.
Well, it knows it can't.
It knows
or-
it can't?
Well, it doesn't know it can't. It doesn't. These creatures don't flee.
Let it
from-
waste its time trying to teleport.
It steps out, yells in Abyssal, and as its last life action, it will try to kill you all with blasphemy, not knowing that it can't kill you with that. But
This would not affect Osrin still, right? Because Osrin is within the silent zone, so Osrin cannot hear it. Nor can Waz.
yeah, anyone in the silent zone is immune to this.
What's the range?
40
I
feet.
am double checking that.
Not a range. Okay.
40-foot radius around it. A 40-foot radius spread centered on you.
Yep.
So who's that
So,
hitting?
fort save from me and the pupper, I think. Is
Is that
Fort or is
it?
Will?
Oh yeah, Zoo's too far away?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I guess I
Yep.
didn't know that. Wow. Very lackluster.
You don't gotta be disappointed for your monster, John. It's okay.
Thought it would give
To
you a
be fair,
little
John, it
more
would
struggle
already-
than that.
It would be already dead if we didn't waste around uselessly pinning it, apparently.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Why was the pinning it useless?
Because it's not teleporting.
But maybe it would have
Um,
tried if it wasn't pinned.
No, it would have been dead already. I didn't think we were going to kill it in 2 rounds. I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
didn't
going to
either.
take 4 rounds to kill it.
This depends
But I
on
wasn't
your...
counting on the crit.
Alright, yeah, I need will saves to eliminate the effects of the blasphemy.
John? Got him.
What is the DC? 20. Wow. What a shame. Does
John
anything...
was like, maybe I made this too easy for y'all.
No, I think you guys prepared this sufficiently
Yeah.
and took the proper tactics, which is what is supposed to happen. Save reduced the paralyze effect to 1 round, so you guys are still paralyzed. And and your strength score is reduced by 2d6, save for half.
Cast level -5 still? Yeah, it's 14. God damn it, this son of a bitch.
Well, it doesn't seem like it matters anyway. We don't need to calculate this because it is Osrin's turn to get the kill as you guys are paralyzed, weakened. And Osrin, this thing is weakened. And you slay the creature.
We can stop listening to this like weird 50s radio music.
I like this track.
It's odd.
I will go up and I will, for now, stabilize it.
I think it might
Why?
be dead. Let me check.
Is he? I'll still
Con
try.
is 27. I didn't tabulate both attacks because I didn't know you were going to do that. So let's see. You did 17. And an extra 14. Let's see what it's at. Yeah, it's deceased.
Dead.
Okay.
Dead. Well, Osrin, your first hit brings it down. Do you stab it when it's on the floor as well? I don't know if you do that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah. It dies.
Since Ronald had not told me he wanted to
Yeah, I did
do
not.
it,
I did not make
so
that.
I definitely would have wanted it to be.
I was
very
expecting
dead.
nothing like this to happen. That crit was entirely unexpected.
It was amazing. I mean, I don't know. She crit in like the practice, so.
Yeah.
Just for out of character reasons, I'm not going to give Waz experience. She didn't really.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, she's not like gonna be part of the party. So.
I know,
She
but technically
actually-
she kind of helped, but whatever. Not really. Didn't really matter.
She missed.
Well, I mean, the
she
silence
gave a silence
was,
order,
yeah.
so it had to step away. But yeah.
Yeah.
Should I roll for getting the arrows back?
Sure, if you want those. Aw.
Well, you tried.
Oh my God! Can you? Okay, you're succeeding at demon. Are you succeeding at those demon banes? How do I know success?
Yeah, why are some out of 7? Oh, the pheromone arrow's out of 1. Why is that out of 7?
Oh, because she fired 7.
Oh.
1 pheromone arrow and 7 demon banes.
Oh, what's this ammo recovery? Is this like a special new button that you have? What is this?
Yeah, it looks different.
Oh.
Before I was.
So it
able
tracked
to
how
get
many
it
you
directly
used?
from the attacks.
Oh.
That is what it looks like, because it says -7, and then it gave her 1 prompt for all of them.
Yeah, it gave you 4 out of 7, so it says you have 4 out of 7, you got 0 out of the pheromone. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Very nice.
It's fancy. So I don't know.
I think, though,
Did you guys want to take a break, or do you want to...
Yeah, I just want to add this little thing in that Waz is going to try to, like, sneak away as everything is kind of wrapping up.
Sure. You can give me a stealth check versus everyone's perception.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Maybe it's not enough.
Ronald can't get that, so I'm not even rolling for Ronald.
Yeah, so you can roll perception if you passively notice Waz slinking away. Wow.
Nope.
Well, I guess no one notices. Waz piecing out. And let's take a quick break after that exhilarating combat. Waz slips away without anyone noticing, but the Vrox quickly go to the body, unless you guys stop them in some manner.
Remember, we get the stuff that we agreed to.
Of course. As we said, we're not concerned with that. As they shift through his things with their claws, they are you guys like just standing over them doing this?
I would stand right there. I'm making sure that they keep their end of the bargain.
Okay, then they will toss the gear you're interested in. They remove his cloak. They take he has like a satchel full of the scarabs. They toss it. They remove his boots. They remove all the items that you're interested in, put them in a pile. And then they look at you and say, "Satisfied?"
Yeah, we'll go. I'll go and make sure everything is there. I'll recommend Osrin stand there while I just check everything.
Yeah, you see he does have another big sack on that they have left on him. But yeah,
but
all the items
are
there.
The things that we expected, yeah, then that's what we'll leave it to.
Yeah, so after you do an accounting of it, you nod. They will pick up the body and move it.
I'm going to be real clear with you, though. We agreed that I wouldn't be coming after you for it. It doesn't mean I'm not telling anyone about it. You want to doubt that? You want to argue that? It's exactly as the deal needed to be fair, and we're happy to make sure
this
you're
is
not
fine.
here tomorrow.
You don't know what's in the bag, right?
That's correct. We don't know what's in the bag. We only know
Fair
that it's
enough.
valuable to 3 bird brains.
Watch your tongue, dwarf.
I meant that as a joke. I'm sorry. My humor doesn't always take very well to people.
It scowls as it kind of pace back and forth. These two will be picking at it. They pick up the satchel carefully not to open the bag in front of you guys. And they kind of like close it with their talons and tie a knot around it. And they kind of like just grab it in their claws and ready to go. And then this thing just says, "It was a pleasure doing business with you all. Best of luck in your human war." And
Best of luck in your demon war, I guess.
Yeah, it'll trot on over to its friends, and then they will teleport. Leaving the body here, stripped of all its items. Who would like all these items put on their sheet?
For now, that's a good question. I guess probably Ronald.
Okay, yeah, I'll just put them all on your sheet initially, and then you
Yeah.
can like divide them up if you need to for weight. So there is the belt. I'm just making sure it's transferring over when I drag it over. It is, okay. Belt. The boots of teleportation. The scarabs of protection. There are 4 of them. The cloak of etherealness. And I believe there were gloves. Let me just double check to make sure. Did I tell you what the gloves were?
I don't remember. Whitney's got it on in her notes. I did not get them down in mine. Right, Whitney?
Let me see. The gloves of the shortened path.
I thought so. I just didn't want to give those if they weren't the ones I said. Gloves of the shortened path. I think that is everything.
Okay, well, right away, Osrin is getting the Shadow Form belt.
Okay.
The Shadow Form belt gives a +6 bonus to enhancement. So I'll move it. I know how. Gives a +6 bonus to enhancement, and as a swift action, gives incorporeality. You don't gain a deflection bonus to AC on your charisma, but your natural armor is converted into a deflection bonus, and you can remain incorporeal for up to 10 rounds. So this is crazy good for Osrin. So I move that to you.
Oh, I should delete the silver now. No.
Yeah, that's
Bump.
used up.
Hmm. Is this instead of my big belt of dexterity?
Yep.
So
Don't-
should I get rid of that?
Well, pass it back to my character. Oops, I didn't mean to move all 4 of those. I forgot to split it. We'll deal with that later. I moved the scarabs to you as well. But,
I gave you the other belt.
okay, thank you. Let's give the... I'm going to keep the gloves, I think, because it gives me touch from a distance. Command word, which means it's still a standard action to use. It's fucking annoying. Come on, see, to stop doing this.
You all notice that the air quality starts to improve as those creatures are no longer here. It's not like an immediate thing, but you can tell like it's starting to lighten. The spores in the air start to dissipate. I'm assuming Zoo, you climb down and join the party at some point.
Yeah.
I think right now, Zoo, you have a cloak on.
Yeah.
Cloak of resistance.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna give you this cloak, and you give me your cloak of resistance.
Okay.
I think this could be real useful for you as our scout. And yeah, this thing weighs like thousands of pounds, right?
What, the corpse?
Yeah.
I believe they have a weight on him. He weighs 500 pounds.
Ooh. Let's look at here. As long as their weight doesn't exceed your maximum load. Oh, actually, I can put on the belts, which increases my carrying capacity. Oh, almost. Only puts me at 300 pounds. But I could. What's big strength?
24? Or did you mean
Okay.
carrying capacity?
Or go to carrying capacity.
100. Wait, no, 700 for light load.
Okay. Now what is it? Oh wait, did it not transfer to the right person? No, it did. Yeah, now it should be insanely huge. It is. Because I wrapped the belt, I wrap Osrin's belt around him, around Big. And then I like have, if I have all of us lift and set the demon on top of Big, who now has a 2,100 pound light load.
Jesus.
And I will attempt to teleport all of us back to The area just outside the entrance of the cave, just outside the entrance of the mines, with my boots.
I was like, wait, how are you teleporting?
Yeah,
You
he
have
gave me
something.
boots of teleportation.
Very nice. And are these as the normal teleport spell?
It is as regular teleport, so we need a D100
Wait,
that
so
I
where
will
are we
roll.
going?
Back to the front door of the mine.
Oh.
Oh, do we want to grab the stuff out of the tent first? We might as well grab it.
Yeah,
What's
we
in the
should
tent,
take
John?
the potions.
4 cure serious wounds potions.
Ooh, nice.
Which
Nice.
I can, if you, do you know how to add that to your sheet, or I can add it to you if you want?
I got it.
Okay. And a bunch of draconic lettered papers.
Have we yet noticed that Waz is gone?
I mean, if you guys look around, you'll notice she's gone at this point. But
Yeah, I think as we gather together, it'll be like, well, she's on her own then, I guess.
I guess that's what she wants.
And who's grabbing the paperwork? Because I didn't know Ronald speaks and knows draconic, so I can let you know what he reads from those.
Ronald will grab the paperwork as well.
Alrighty.
You said it was 4 potions?
4 potions of cure serious.
Okay, got it. Did you put the paperwork on his sheet? Or should I?
You don't need it on your sheet after I tell you what it is. I just need someone to roll me a D.
Michelle.
Hold on, I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh shit, am I about to die?
No.
Yes.
It has explosive roots on it. I'm fucked. I just
And
wanted
it's
to
on
grab it,
each
John. I wasn't ready to
page?
read it. So my plan was just to grab the paperwork and go, and then we could have somebody else look at it that's more knowledgeable than I am.
Sure. You can give me a D32. Whoever wants to roll it.
Oh, we said Michelle, so I gotta roll a D100.
Yeah, let's see how your teleport does as you grab all these papers and you shove them in your bag.
38.
38
I
is
think that's
probably
pretty good.
more than good enough.
Very familiar, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
All right. Back to the mine we go then. The big old demon strapped on Big's back.
Yeah. You guys teleport back to the mine with this big demon. You're right outside the door, I guess, so no one sees you yet. And then what do you guys do? The mine looks the way you left it. The doors are closed. In a moment or two, you will see Belos in the top watchtower, kind of squinting, looking at you and waving at you.
Hello. Can we get back in?
Yes, sir. He will rush down as I find appropriate music track. We'll go with this. It's a little dreary music. The doors are opened. You're greeted. It should be... You guys wait till late at night, right? So it's in the evening. A lot of them are sleeping in pseudo tents and little smoldering campfires. Most people are asleep, but there's like a skeleton crew of guards kind of roaming around, making sure things are okay. But they'll open the doors. They'll bring you into the watchtower as you're carrying in this large demon. They look terrified as they see this creature strapped upon Big's back, waddling in. Once you're in privacy, Nellos and Belos are both there, and they say, "Oh, what the heck is that?"
Eventually,
Dad.
we'll probably try to find some better use for it. I'm sure the goblins will eat it.
That's safe.
I don't
To
know.
a goblin's stomach, it seems like there isn't much that isn't.
Not all goblins.
I mean, that's biology. This is a lot different. Sure, not all dwarves have beards that are... Oh, wait, I'm one of those, so I get the whole not all concept.
Yeah, you still look weird.
So we should start cooking these up, boss?
Not yet. Need to see if some other stuff can be done first. Gonna try to talk to it in the morning. Is Gabby awake? Is he here?
No, he hasn't been here at all. We assumed he was still in the town helping. I think you last heard from him when he wanted to ensure people were... He was helping ferry people here from the city.
Yeah, that's true. Probably hasn't come here at all. All right. I'll need to get a word out to him. But for now, I think we should rest. How's everything been
And
here?
only Big was hurt.
What was that?
How are things here?
Things are fine. So far. We haven't been discovered by the Queen thus far, anyway.
That's good. No intention of telling her we're here, are there?
But not from us, boss. I'm not sure if word
Because
might
I'm sure
get
she'll
out.
put halflings on her list next.
You don't think so? We're not good in war.
I don't think she cares at this point.
Oh,
She finds out you're anywhere near decent with a dagger, I'm sure she'll throw you up there.
Did y'all learn anything from the expeditions in the mine yet?
we haven't been going deeper. We've just been mining the resources, and it's been more efficient with these guys here to help with these small creatures that were annoying us before.
Oh, I thought they were going to do some exploration. The goblins
Uh,
were going to do some scouting.
Remind me, I didn't. Did you want them to do that? Did you want them to scout deeper? I thought you said you wanted them to just escort.
No, we did not want them to scout deeper right now. Just
Okay.
continue the mining. Yeah. Because they ran into trouble. They ran into trouble, and so they were losing people, so we just had we had us send additional people with them. We had them digging for where the rubies or the sapphire,
Okay.
the rubies I think they were before.
Mhm.
But then when they had trouble, it was pull back if there's anything of any reasonable threat. We want to minimize the lives lost.
No, I was just trying to remember what you had asked of all of the goblins and orcs
Yeah,
that
that
are
was to
here
keep them
temporarily.
safe when they went down into the tunnels to make sure that any smaller threats aren't problems for the dwarves.
Okay.
All right, and then we should probably sleep around this body for now. I don't need any of the goblins here
Yeah.
eating it.
Sure. I guess keep it in this tower. Well, only me and my brother come in here.
You promise not to eat it, huh?
If you don't mind, I'd like to sleep in the room with it.
We don't mind at all. We'll sleep in the other tower.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
me too.
Yeah. So it is late. You guys want to bed down?
Yep.
You can let me know when you take a look at that paperwork if you ever do. But yeah, you have a bunch of paper in your bag and all these new items, and you guys can sleep.
I lose the temporary HP by this point. I've
Yes.
them right.
After your rest, you'll lose it.
Is there anything special you're doing before you sleep, or is everyone just bedding down?
Just bedding
Nothing
down.
special for me.
And where is everyone sleeping? Ronald is in one guard tower with this dead demon. Osrin and the two halflings have went to the other tower. Where is Zoo and Big going?
Um. I think I'll go with Ozone.
All right.
There's
So
enough room in the tower for all of us.
yeah, you guys can either sleep on the top or the bottom part. There's room for most everyone here. We can just go to this map. I think we have an extra person here. That doesn't need to be here. So Ronald is in here with the demon. The rest of the party is in the other watchtower. And both the halflings will be with you as well. All right, and you guys bed down?
Yeah.
All right. Whitney, why don't you roll me a D100? Very nice.
Is it down?
Yeah. And I need a
no.
will save from...
Numbers and bellows.
No, I need a will save from Zoo.
Again. Leave me alone, will ya?
Yeah, so you're sleeping. This happened sometime in the middle of your sleep. Maybe we'll roll what time this happens at. Oh, very quickly. An hour after you go to sleep, you wake up as you feel the save being made. You feel your will being tested, and you feel like you are being watched. You feel like someone's somewhere's watching you. You kind of look over. It's imagine you're in some like bedroll or something. You kind of shift around, wake up groggy, and you have this feeling of being watched. You look around. There's just other bedrolls, 2 halflings. Osrin and Big is next to you. Everyone's asleep.
Not again.
Did you do anything, or did you just stay in your little bedroll?
Can I... Is there like another floor under this floor?
I imagined you were either sleeping on the very top or the bottom, so you can be on the roof if you wanted to be. So you could go downstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna try going downstairs and seeing if the feeling.
Let me double check this spell. I forget if it follows you or not. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, you get the feeling as you walk downstairs. And... Yes, I need to roll... Yeah, that's all you get this feeling. I don't know what else you want to do. A few minutes
does it
pass.
feel like it follows me?
Yeah, you still get the feeling of being watched when you go downstairs.
I'm just gonna sit down there until I feel like it goes away.
So you just sit, do nothing, and wait. Yeah. After about 10 to 15 minutes in that range, the feeling will dissipate at some point.
And then I'll go back upstairs and go back to sleep.
Alright, yeah, you climb up back into your bed and dream the night away, the rest of the night. And we awaken in the morning to a very festive area. There's breakfast being made around the camp. It's not like super loud, but like 'cause people know you're trying to be somewhat hidden. But there is goblin and orc chatter, murmurs, and breakfast being made as word quickly travels around that the heroes have returned, the saviors that are keeping them safe from the war. But you guys awake. What do you want to do?
Eat breakfast.
Prepare spells.
I would
Yeah.
immediately go to Ronald.
Yeah, you guys can go for breakfast, meet with Ronald as he's preparing spells.
Huh? What's up?
Felt like I was being watched again.
Seems to only happen when we're in here.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Perhaps this won't be relevant now, but I imagine maybe, I don't know, in a few years or after the completion of whatever we're doing, maybe they'll be able to do something about this. I want to wander out for a second. And I'll actually let me finish what I need to do, and then I'll do what I'm planning.
Just stand there awkwardly waiting.
Well, no, you can head out. I'll meet with you later. I need to be prepared.
Okay. I'll head back down then.
Yeah, you can join the breakfast going on.
Club.
Yeah, the breakfast club. And you can just see that there's a bunch of like stuff that you would have seen in your tribe back once upon a time. And yeah, there's a lot of just like orcish and goblin food being made, and you can eat some if you wish.
Is it a hero's feast?
No.
Thought I would check.
Yeah, third. Okay.
As you guys sit and enjoy your meal, many people will start to recognize you as the heroes that you are, and many will start to crowd around you and ask you questions and thank you for your help. A lot of the questions are just, how long do we stay here for? Should we move further into the mountains? What should we do? This is to Zoo and Osrin, obviously. Ronald's preparing spells and not here.
Not sure yet. I think for right now we'll stay here.
Oh, okay. What's your plan? What are you guys doing?
Figuring it out.
Ah, okay.
No need to worry.
Yeah, they'll nod, but still look a little bit worried, even though you tell them not to be.
Well,
I've added the writings to your sheet, Ronald, for now, until you looked at them or whatever. And yeah, many people will come over, be feeding big treats if you allow them to. They'll bring like pieces of cooked meat and stuff and feeding big and scratching them and giving them pets. If you let them. If you say like, hey, stop, they won't come near it. But
I think I would allow them, but after a little while, Big does not want. No longer wants to be like pet.
okay, yeah, it's a lot of attention, more than he's used to, so eventually he'll start to growl a bit and they will back off, and some of the goblins will look to you and soon say, how you get such big dog? How you get him listen to you so well?
Years of work.
Years of work, oh. Why do you not use goblin dog?
They look like giant rats. That's what a goblin dog looks like.
that's why, huh?
No, I'm just saying that I'm letting her know what they are.
This is just wolf I bonded with.
They They nod, seem to accept that answer, and they'll pester you with a few other questions if you let them, but nothing too specific. They'll just kind of ask you, like, because you're wearing, like, some crazy gear, right? Like, you got a fancy cloak on. What else do you have on? You got this mithril chain coat, this fancy belt. Yeah, so they just notice, like, you're the most decked out goblin they've ever seen. So they'll just be, like, pinching and prodding at your gear and be like, oh my god, what's this? What's that? How'd you get that? But yeah, they'll stop pestering you if you show annoyance at some point, but they will make it known that they are thankful for your help and helping out your fellow goblin.
I feel like after a while I just use the cloak to go ethereal and just like sneak off to one of the towers.
Very nice. Yeah, you kind of just go poof at one point. Everyone's like, oh! And they're just amazed, and you just hear murmurs that you've gone to go do something else heroic, and they move about their business. They will start to pester Osrin a bit, but you are a hobgoblin, so they're used to you being like a more of a boss figure to them, so they won't be as handsy or forward or as annoying. They'll be mostly just asking questions and stuff like that. And of course, thanking you as well for your help.
I'll answer, but generally keep it fairly brief.
I think I'm basically where I want to be. Let's do one of these. Can I get this on here? No. Okay. Press. Okay. All right. So my first order of business, before I read any of these notes, is I want to detect magic on the notes.
They radiate no magic.
Okay. At that point, then, I will read the notes. Well, actually, hold on. First, I'm going to...
Oh, that's really cool. I don't know if it always did this, but if you hover over the range, it shows me the range. I don't know if it does that for everyone else, but anyway.
Does not for me. Oh, that thing. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. It's useful.
It does not for me.
You have to, down at the bottom where it says range. Little box that says range 60 feet.
Right down at the bottom.
Yeah, right. Yeah, near the bottom of the spell.
I forgot I don't have incense. Do I? Oh no, I do. I do. No, I used it. When did I use it? Have I ever cast augury?
Not augury, but I think you did a commune or something. I don't remember. Maybe.
Yeah, that might have been for a different thing.
Or a divination or something.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh, I'm out of money. It's not helpful either. All right, Osrin.
You hear
Hi.
a call. Yeah, you guys can meet up in the watchtower.
Can you have somebody run into town and pick up this incense? And I'll write down the details of what it is.
Sure. I don't know why you don't just ask somebody to do it, but okay.
I guess because you have all the money right now. Remember, I gave you all the
so you're
coins
asking
when we
me to
separated.
pay for it.
Yes.
That's why you're asking me to.
Yes.
That's fine. Just helpful for you to be clear.
Yeah, how much gold
I
are you?
will. Wait. How much does it cost?
About 25 gold.
Okay. I will give Melos or Bellows, whoever I see first 26 gold and ask them to have someone go get the item.
Yeah, if you describe what you're after, they'll ask you for 30 gold.
Why 30?
We need to grease some palms of people to make sure they keep it quiet. Unless you don't care about that.
That's a fair point.
That's fine. I'll give them the 30 then.
They nod. Thanks, boss.
Thank you.
And they will disappear. They'll let you know that it'll take maybe 3 or 4 hours for them to come back and get this done for you.
Yeah, I want to take the time. I want to give Gabby as clear a report as possible. I've prepared a sending for the day. So my plan is I'm going to use the incense to cast an augury. I am going to augury whether or not it is dangerous for us to read these notes and ask the demon questions about what it was doing by speaking with dead with it.
Oh, I was about to say the dead demon.
Yeah, give me a... We can... Unless you have anything to do while they're getting these...
The thing I would do is I would gather around a group of the goblins and the orcs, or the goblins, the hobgoblins, and the orcs. All right, so something I want to be bringing to all of your attention. You all know there's been some issues down below with creatures and other various things. There is a lot of worry that we have that these things might be a problem and there might be something deeper that is looking back up at us. I'd like to work with some of you for a little while to prepare you to go deeper, to find the answers that we can't right now because we have bigger fish to fry. Among you, determine who you feel are the best for. And we will give you more details once you've chosen those people. So yeah, that is what I am asking of each of them.
Yeah, give me a diplomacy. You could have used enhanced diplomacy if you wanted before you did that.
So yeah, this will be... Put this in.
Oh, what the hell?
Nice.
Jeez. Louise. Okay. So give me like a range of how much you want them to do for this thing. Like what's like a great success for this?
Okay, so here's my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, there's a big problem. Clearly something going on in goblin society, deep in the mines, needs to be dealt with. A party needs to be forged from this in order to solve this problem. A party that maybe a later date can do its own whole thing, going down there and trying to solve these problems for what's deep in here and what ultimately is the bigger goblin problem. And so the best case scenario is I find strong enough goblins and orcs and whatever that will bond together as a team to investigate and maybe potentially start the process of digging deep into what this problem is.
All right, yeah, you will get 6, 4 orcs, 2 goblins that look very like hardy and more experienced than the rest, kind of volunteering to do this.
Okay.
You only wanted 4.
You
You'll
said
get
4 orcs and 2 goblins.
Yeah, that's how many volunteer to do this. So you can either pick 4 or you can take them all, or I don't know what you want to do with that. You get 6 volunteers, basically, after you give that little speech.
For now, what I'll do is I'll ask them a series of questions. I'll ask them to sort of demonstrate their skill set to me as best they can. and I'll basically try to take notes as best as I can with them. And I'll ask Osrin for some help as well, and trying to determine how strong they are.
Yeah, so, okay, I will give you the results of that.
Okay.
This is taking place during the 4 hours that...
Yeah.
So, let me just update my notes here. So you will see the 2 goblins. One goblin... One goblin is clearly some sort of spellcaster. Okay. Not physically, no physical prowess to see, but he does demonstrate third circle spells.
Wow.
Yeah, he is
impressive.
A shaman. You can tell by the type of spells he does. The other goblin is clearly a... what is it? He is a rogue, clearly of 4th level. And the orcs, they are all blood ragers, and they are spanning from 3rd to 6th level. There's one 6th level.
One of each, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah. Then I'll think on this. I'll keep this at hand, and yeah, determine what I want to do from there.
Excellent. Anyone else have anything they want to do while you're waiting for these materials to be brought to you?
I don't think so.
Okay, you guys can hang out, recuperate, hang out, and a few hours later, Nelos and Belos will return with your incense. And you can perform your spell. I need you to roll me a secret roll to me, a D100 plus 8.
So the augury in the chat. It is only telling me what will happen within the next half an hour, though. I realize, because I don't think I have... Oh wait, actually at this point I would. Hang on. What's the better version of augury? What the fuck was it called? Divination? I think that would have been the one I would have taken instead. I forgot divination existed as a spell.
Yeah, I think that gives you...
It's the same cost as well, so I would have taken divination instead.
Okay, let me read divination.
It basically gives me information within a week.
Similar to augury, but more powerful. Yeah, so same roll, okay.
Yeah, same roll. So I will... How do I do this? I do blind GM roll?
Yes.
Okay. And the question is whether or not reading these notes, or speaking with Dead on the demon will result in what the results of that will be.
And you're asking about reading the paper and speaking to the demon, is that what you said?
Yes, that's correct.
And you want to know what the results will be, and I'm supposed to give you 4 results.
Yeah, either wheel and woe, or nothing. And that would be if this will result within a week.
Hmm.
It will happen in a week and 1 day.
I mean, that could be, but I feel like whatever we're going to do with Gabby will be within the week, so...
Oh, it does say the advice granted by the spell can be as simple as a short phrase, or it might take the form of a cryptic rhyme or omen.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I'm not limited to those...
No, you are not. And in the case of this, if the die roll fails, I know the spell failed. In the case of divination.
Hmm. Now I need a good rhyme for you.
Your favorite, a riddle.
Yeah, the riddle.
I have a good rhyme for me, but unfortunately she's very powerful, and she's in
She's
a
in a
different campaign.
different game.
Yeah.
She's not a good one for you.
All right, you get back. I can type it out later if you want. We all have it, and no one can lose it. This is the thing that can be prevented or allowed based on what you pursue. And if you want, I can type that out.
I got it. I am going to go forward with it then. I am going to read the documents.
Yes, in Draconic you read. They aren't complete, but it seems to be like you can make sense of them after reading them for a few hours. You can... This music is too happy for this. You read the description of what is clearly a dragon egg and the location of it. It describes one that has not been seen in centuries. It is described as a forge gray accented with crimson and silver. It details that this egg, whoever can control this egg, can control the future of the realm.
Okay.
It is said to give birth to one of the most powerful dragons that the world has ever seen that has not been seen in centuries past.
Been like recently attempted to be reawakened or
No.
freed. Okay.
No, this is
So we're not
something
talking about the
more ancient than that. These pages seem to be like brittle and like it must have been what was the old what is it, papyrus or whatever it was?
Papyrus, yeah.
Papyrus, yes. It is like written on that. It's like older than paper, whatever that was. And like when you're reading it, it seems to be like a weird dialect, but you can like piece this together. Like it must have been like an old form of Draconic or something. But you can make sense of it just with the language. And you can give me a knowledge. I think it's knowledge arcana for dragons to try and identify what the dragon this could be. It'll be a very hard check, obviously, but you can try.
Oh, that was blind.
Yeah, whatever. I'll reveal
Probably
it.
should be.
It's okay. I'll reveal it because it's funny.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, which reflects.
That's faded its finest.
Yeah.
All right, so I wasn't gonna make it anyway. I only have a +7 in that, or +6 in that. So, all right. Then the next thing to do is to cast my first casting of Speak with Dead on this thing. It gets a will save to negate.
It won't resist. If successful, the corpse... Oh, it can...
Yeah, it wills to see if it wants to try to lie.
I thought it had to will to not talk to you.
No,
It wants to talk to you, but it will try to resist to lie, of course. What's your DC on this? Oh, I see it. 20?
Yep, 20.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yep.
I just think this is funny because it had like a no chance to fail and it fails.
Yeah. Damn.
What a useless, shitty creature. you feel like
sometimes in my combats, John.
You feel like your spell has taken hold of this creature as the spectral being of this thing kind of comes up from the corpse and stands before you. And how many questions do you get? You
4.
get 4 questions.
Did you work for yourself or someone else?
Someone else.
Who?
Oh my god.
Do you think I would avoid trying to get lore from you? Never!
You get, you can tell that there's, like, resistance to him answering, but he can't, but you just can tell that he, like, is trying with his most will to resist you, but the power of Arfin compels him, I guess. And he kind of spits up, Noctula!
You said not telling.
Noctulia. Noctulia?
Oh.
It is a... Well, I don't know if you guys would know this in character. I mean...
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
That's who he works for, is what he's saying.
Allegedly.
Was it more than just the egg you needed?
Why are you asking all the interesting questions? Yes.
What were the rest of the things you needed?
Your annoyance has interrupted me to find the process to hatch the egg. The knowledge remains hidden.
Okay. Those are my 4 questions there. I will debate whether or not I want to ask again later.
The spectral creature kind of fades away as the questions is reached.
Then the next order of business will be to cast Sending to Gabby.
Okay.
And I would need to figure out what I'm going to say.
Yeah, well, you figure that out. What is the rest of the party doing? Were you guys kind of watching Ronald speak with this creature, or what are you guys up to?
Oh, if we would have been around, would you have wanted us there for this?
I specifically had it in the thing, so I would have gone back into the room. If you guys didn't want to follow me, if you guys didn't specifically follow me back into there, then...
I mean, would you have told us what you were doing?
I would have told you I plan to ask my god whether or not it is a good idea to speak with it.
Okay, then I would have.
And then I would speak with it. Okay.
I'm still hiding in the other tower.
Okay.
So yeah, Osrin, you hear all this. What does Osrin feel about this information? Is it relevant? Are you more concerned about the war in front of you? Or are you concerned about this long future thing that's going on?
I'm curious about the dragon egg, and I wonder, what this Noctulia or whatever is, if he is actually working for it and what it is, and then who else knows about this dragon egg.
Good questions to have. But yeah, I assume you guys spend a whole other day here doing all of this. What are the plans?
5, 6, 7.
I guess you're gonna wait for the sending, but do you guys have any
Yeah,
immediate
you're counting your
plans?
words. I feel like it just depends on what we hear from Gabby.
That is true. Get some insight of what's happening in the city these past few days.
Okay. Ah, I hate that it does that.
Dramatic effect. I think I can disable that, but I forgot to do that.
It's alright. That is the message I send to Gabby.
Hmm. Yeah, you will get a response saying, let me get my word counter out.
Yeah, the joys of sending. Now you need to use Microsoft Word. Eventually, I'll just be able to use something like ChatGPT to say, reduce this down to 25 words.
True.
But I assume as we get closer to that, we won't even need me anymore as a GM. You'll just have ChatGPT run the campaign.
DM AIs.
Oh.
All right. I think this is below the word requirement, but this is all he needs to say. So he will respond with that.
Okay. All right, Gabby will be here shortly. Well, at some point. In the meantime, we'll hunker down here.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
are y'all doing?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Then why did you say you all?
Because I forgot Zoo isn't here.
Oh. We're just a package to you, huh?
You're my team.
I mean, I don't love being in the room with this gross dead demon.
All right, well, I'm going to leave it here for a little while longer. I may have more questions of it.
Yeah.
Sadly, I can't cast status on a dead creature. Well, how are you doing? Aside from that, we can leave. Come on.
I suppose I'm a little anxious not knowing what will be next. I mean, this was, our last kind of formal quest from Gabby, and people were asking me at breakfast what we're doing next, and it's hard to not have an answer.
Aye. Well, we'll get our answer soon enough, I hope.
Maybe.
Let's find Zoo.
Okay.
Zoo, where you at?
Up here.
Well, what are you doing? Come here, please.
I'll calm down.
Yeah, you can make your way down.
How are you doing? You holding up okay?
Yeah. Tired of questions.
I understand that. Well, I have a plan to help with the issue you had. Won't be right away, unfortunately. But in time, the problem will be solved. I got an understanding of what we have of people here that might be of great value to solving this problem permanently. Seems like we could put together a reasonable group from them. Just a matter of figuring out how many of them I want together. how well they might work together. Want to talk to Gabby first, though? Get some details. Then we'll figure out where to go with it from there. I don't have much else. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm gonna grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, about time.
You can partake in the several leftover food that's been cooked from lunch, I guess, at this point. Some dinner foods will probably be started cooking in the next few hours. And over the next hour or so is when Gabby will show up at the gate. Is there anything you guys want to do in that hour before he showed up? Anything specific? Or
nope. I'm gonna prepare detect magic though as like they announce he's at the gate.
Yeah, Nellos will kind of whistle down and say, "There's a gnome approaching."
Last I saw him, last
Mm-hmm.
yeah, last I saw him, last I saw Gabby, that's how he was. Let him in.
Yeah, he is hooded and cloaked. They let him in, and he kind of slinks in. And he motions to speak privately with all of you in one of the guard towers.
I made one mistake in my prep. Do you mind if I would have gentle reposed the demon corpse?
That's fine.
Thank you.
Keep that body nice and fresh.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys join him in the guard tower. You tell Nellos and Bellos to watch the outside, make sure no one comes snooping by, eavesdropping, and you close the door behind you. And Gabby, aka this gnome appearanced person, will drop their hood, and it is the gnome you saw at your shop. And he says, it's good to see all of you are well. Where's Waz? Were you able to rescue her?
Waz ran off once we got the demon taken care of. We couldn't find her afterwards.
Well, perhaps she figured she'd be better on her own at this point.
I'd imagine so. Before we talk any further, just to be safe.
Very nice. Yeah, you can cast Silent Table. And nods and...
We have the items, obviously. We managed to gather to those. I got a piece of some notes. But we have there's a bigger problem that will need to be dealt with. I figured you need to know about it so that Bissy can approach it as best he can think. They are looking for an egg, a dragon egg. One which may be strong enough to control other people. When I asked Arfin about this before I read it, Arfin gave me the phrase, "We all have it and no one can lose it. This is the thing that can be prevented or allowed." To me, that sounds of control. The egg combined with it leans inward to that. Thankfully, the demons don't have the ability to hatch it yet. Or at least that's what I have reason to believe. But that puts us on a timer. Taking it out of his hands, we put it in weaker hands. But as part of the arrangement I couldn't go back on, I had to let those that had it go. Didn't know what it was, but it probably needs to be stopped. By people who care about it the right way and not the wrong way.
I agree. If it is indeed an egg, it would take many years for it to even grow to an adult dragon that's even worth worrying about, right?
Aye. Theoretically.
So it is a problem, but something that's probably something we deal with after this war.
Agreed. Just wanted to make it clear so plans can be made once the time comes. Also, it worked for something called Noctula. Or Noctulia. Something along those lines.
Well, he starts taking
I
out
don't think
some...
I know anything about it. No, not with that for knowledge of the planes, but
Yeah, he scribbles the name down and the information, rolls it up. He says, "I haven't heard that name before, but I will I will get this information to Bissy. He is, as you probably know, a traveled adventurer. He's probably gathered the knowledge to know these things, but perhaps he will know what to make of all this."
all right then.
But I do come bearing some poor news about the trajectory of the city. The Queen has started public executions and hangings again. It's not happened in, I think, the last 40, 50 years that I can remember. Anyone publicly disobeying her or causing issues are being hung in the streets and made a public display of. So if you plan on making one of those speeches again, I would be very careful.
If I'm making one of those speeches, it'll be over a dead body.
Confidence.
There's a handful of orcs and goblins I'm still trying to ferry out of the city. I've left them. So far, our tavern has remained undetected. It was a good choice by Bissy to. It's a long-standing establishment and it hasn't come under scrutiny yet. I mean, it has been searched multiple times, but we have our hidden areas they have yet to detect. I'm just trying to get out as many as I can before we get any orders from Bissy, which he has not given us any yet.
All right. Just remember, you're more valuable than many of them. I know you think you can save everyone, but at some point, you have to save yourself.
I don't believe any one life is more valuable than another. I was meant for the sands of a gladiator pit some time ago. My life was already lost, but I was given another chance, and I don't plan on wasting it. As far as I'm concerned, I should already be dead. My life would have been long forgotten in the blood in the sand, for the entertainment for some aristocrats. If I can save, the more I save, the more I feel my existence is justified.
It's a heavy weight that you carry with you. To me, what you've allowed us to do, what you've done for the people, getting all these people here, you have made more lives than you could have ever cost, and you could have ever been. You are as much a hero as any of the rest of us are. And we can't have you being a loss to other people in one foolish move. Don't take big risks is all I'm saying.
Of course, of course. I can't keep saving people if I throw my life away.
Aye.
Well, what say you? Will you stay here until we see your word from Bissy? Or will you join me back in town? It may be dangerous for your friends to hang around, but you could stay. You could do as I do and assume the identity of another.
True, but you know me, it's hard to keep my mouth shut.
And you are supposed to be dead.
Exactly. One run-in with somebody I disagree with or some opinion I argue could be the difference between our safety and, well, the end of the mission in the wrong way. There's another small project down here, though, that perhaps I can help start a spearhead on. See how well they can do, get some testing, some training done. I think there's a lot of use we have here with the people we have here.
Alrighty. Well, I'll keep you informed on the ongoings of the city, and I will get back to try and ferry more survivors here.
Thank you, Gabby.
He will nod to all of you. And, he also asks, are you keeping all those items, or did you want me to ferry them through our system and have Bissy compensate you for them?
I think every one of these items is beneficial in some way to all of us.
All right.
So we do have one. No, we'll leave that with Big. I think it'll actually be of great use to us.
All right. We will speak soon.
I hope so.
Hoods up and leaves the mine. And I guess the plan is to stay here and work on your little project here until you hear otherwise?
Yeah. I'll be checking with Gabby literally daily. Every day I will sending Gabby and ask Gabby how everything is, if there's been any word back. And if at any point I do not get a reply, and I'll remind him that you need to reply or I'm coming to the city.
All right, yeah. So we can wrap up here, but I'm going to give you some important information that I need Bissy to consider as events are unrolling, and then I guess I'll give you the week to think about it, and then you can let me know, hopefully before next Tuesday, so I can plan on what you guys plan on doing.
That should be easy enough to do.
So yeah, you, and as well, obviously you can think of it as a party. You don't have to it can just be out of character deciding, but in character, Bissy's making the decision. Perhaps Efron giving some consultation. But yeah, and so day 2, you will hear from Gabby that. So day 1, he responds, he gives you like a brief response saying like he can't talk right now or something like that. He doesn't give you like an update in his sending. Day 2 is when
looking for his confirmation he's alive.
Yeah, day 2 is when is when he will give you the more details. He will let you know that in his absence, when he meant to visit you that night, the Queen took that opportunity. Apparently they knew about these hidden people, and when he came back, they were all hung. And he's quite upset about this. And so in the second day sending, he informs you that he is letting Bissy know about this and that he wants to take like a direct action. But your words to him, if you had not said that conversation, he would have went into a rage and tried to attack them. But because you kind of gave him this inspiration to not throw his life away, he kind of has the resolve to stand by and think of a smarter plan, to a more big picture to react to this. So he lets you know that he will be joining you shortly in this area as there's nothing left for him in the town. So Bissy will have to decide what he wants Gabby to do, or if there's anything he wants him to do to assist the party with. But Gabby will still have information flowing to him from his contacts. He just won't get it directly, so that will slow information down. But you will get word that let's go to the map, as there are some developments in the next few days. On the 3rd day after that, you will hear that the armies are marching out of Rachel. And
the armies meaning the Queen's armies?
Yes. And the stated goal of Argarthia, because she represents Argarthia allegedly, is to overthrow Geffen. Those guys murdered her high cleric almost a year ago. They've been sending agents they've contracted assassins to try and kill the Queen, allegedly. They've been doing all these, there's a bunch of charges being laid, and they are planning on laying siege to Geffen. Now, I'm assuming Bissy holds the line and will not let the army pass, but you can decide that. But
that is 100%. Bissy is not letting this war happen.
Yeah, so basically very quickly over the next few days before Bissy will be able to react, Islud will fall to the Queen. But most of their forces, all the important people, will kind of retreat back to Aldebaran.
A keynote, though, we had discussed this. Bissy would have sent a few units to Islud to try to get people out as soon as he would have found out the Queen has started marching.
Okay.
So if he gets enough information, he'll try to get as many people out of there as possible. So it will be like the Queen will show up and it'll be damn near a ghost town, except for ignorant people who refuse to listen or that want to decide with the Queen. But the Queen, it would be a message to her to know that, like, you know, this is all you've got left.
Yes. So that can be done. There could be a skeleton crew of people here, and she will quickly assume control of the city. But there is an easy path through the mountains, through Aldebaran, that she will need to do. So over the next few days, Bissy will know that there is an army encroaching on Aldebaran, made up of warriors from Rachel, some high-level prison guard-type people from Stormford Prison. And Bissy's allies, Komodo, Amatsu, and Alberta, they don't have standing militaries, but they do have small forces that they can send if so called upon.
I will not conscript those armies. I believe that what is important is... This much I do know, because I've already thought this part through with Bissy. Bissy wants this to be one of those things where either the Queen needs to show that she does not care about the people and that she will let this country fall to pieces and murder anyone she can in her quest for blood. And that those cities that do not agree with it need to remain against it. And he will do what he can to try to defend Aldebaran.
So yeah, her stated goal is she's just conscripting Bissy and his cities into her army. So that's just like her stated thing, like, you are in Argarthia, you are my people, let's go, we're going to war. And Bissy is basically now making it, I mean, it's always been known behind doors, but she's publicly just kind of saying this to make it on the public record that Bissy is defying his queen and putting a line in the sand and not allowing the troops to pass freely.
And Bissy's argument is what it has been, which is these have been free cities for the entire time. That was the agreement they all made when they decided to bow to the crown. And now the Queen is going back against her agreement that these cities would have the freedom to make choice. The Queen is taking additional permission that has not been granted to her by the cities, permission that is directly opposed by many of the cities. It is not the Queen, 100% the Queen's choice. It is the choice of the people.
Okay. And so now the decision that I need Bissy, a.k.a. Steve, a.k.a. Whitney, and Michelle, you can together obviously make the decision, is where you make your stand or what Bissy's plan is. Does Bissy call his elite team to help defend Aldebaran? Or does he take advantage of the loosely defended Rachel to take the capital and take the Queen, aka do a checkmate maneuver, but maybe perhaps sacrifice some lives delaying the army in Aldebaran while the Queen is to be captured? I'm not sure what Bissy wants to do here.
Yeah, that is the part I need to think about. The final steps of this were what I needed to isolate out.
And do you call for aid from Geffen, anyone in your allies you've made in the prior campaign? Do you make any calls out for aid? Or?
I would make my request to Geffen.
Okay.
Understanding that they are in trouble. I believe that Shiraze is a good person, but I know that she's dealing with her own issues as far as the campaign was concerned. I would ask Everon to implore the elves, knowing that it's unlikely the elves will respond.
Okay.
But still make the offer to them. But I think that's really it. Bissy remains very uncertain about Natalia, and so would not try to discuss with the vampires. There are still vampires living out in these cities. It seems like they don't necessarily swear fealty to her. So, and of course, Bissy never trusted Volu, and the fact that she is now directly in cahoots with Volu. I know that this is probably like a point that Everon and Bissy argue about a lot. But as far as Bissy is concerned, there's like still something wrong with Valou that he just doesn't trust. And I'm sure part of that has been only amplified by Mr. B talking into it, talking in his ear. But he would probably ask Mr. B if he has any ability to aid in this as well.
Okay. And whether you ask or not, you will get an offer from Jet de Volpe, King of Pronteric, that he will aid you if you accept his aid.
I would ask to discuss with council first, and then I will make my decision.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was Bissy's sense motive good?
No, Bissy's sense motive was terrible. He
Okay.
deliberately had bad sense motive.
Do you remember if Everon's was sense motive was good? Because I assume Everon would be with him during these
No,
talks.
our sense motive was Ryan's character. Was
Okay.
from Chandra.
So yeah, you will just have the background that you would have. You obviously know the feud between Jed and his brother. It was sketchy how he assumed the throne. This guy seems like a sketchy wizard guy, but on the surface, you don't know if he's done anything wrong. You don't know any bad stuff
Well,
he's
our
done.
experience with Jet was that Jet was a decent guy, right? Jet was the guy we kept meeting who was
True.
blind. But Shiraze I'm going to have talked to, so Shiraze might let me know like what's going on. So, but I need to have a talk with Jess as well on this. So
Yeah. I'm going to message her and see if you guys can arrange some sort of... I guess it would be nice to just talk in voice to
yeah.
hash that out. But yeah, of course, like I said, this is a party decision. So you guys can let Steve know your thoughts, or he can reach out to you and see what you guys want to... what path you want to take to the final conflict of this kind of thing. What maneuver you'd want to do. The end goal, obviously, is to stop the Queen. Now it's whether Bissy wants to assume control of the country, which I think your originally stated goal was to do that and then throw it back to the people and allow everyone to have free cities.
Yes.
So to do that, the Queen will have to be either submit to you or die, or she will need to be conquered in some way. So it's either A, you brute force defeat the army, or B, you capture her and force her to surrender and call her armies back or something. So,
Okay.
yeah, unless you want to come up with another proposal, the two mechanically endgame is final conflict in the streets of Aldebaran, holding the city against the siege, or a more covert operation with her limited guard, still high-level guards guarding the Queen's Guard. You have powerful agents, aka this party, to help overthrow the Queen in her home city while the armies are away.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys think about those two proposals, or any other things you guys think about. You can throw my way if you think of something better or something else. And we can iron out those details during the week and then see what happens next week. So yeah, let's call it there. GG's for anyone who's watching. Thanks for watching, and I will cut the stream.